Hi guys, how are you guys doing? As you can see, I feel good dressed up like this. I just love African, Kenyan culture and Maasai and whatever. But I hope you guys are doing great. Hey guys, you guys almost finished me. Some of you guys are angry at me because I said that there's dust in Kenya. I did not say everywhere there's dust. I just said some parts. And when you come here, the first 1 week, 2 weeks, you're going to notice it, and then with time, it's nothing. It's not a big deal. Like, it's not a big deal. Okay, you guys chill. Okay, chill. I did a video titled "Things I Hate About Kenya." If you don't know, we were deported with my child from Germany. We have been in Kenya for 1 year. So again, cheers for 1 year. Okay, cheers for 1 year. Some of you guys thought I'm not gonna make it, but here we are. I'm gonna talk about things I love about Kenya. I have a lot. I'm gonna talk about 12 things I love about Kenya, and I can do a part 2 because there's a lot. Let me start some more. Kenya is one of the best countries in Africa. Let's be honest, it's one of the best countries in Africa. And Kenya is known for its wildlife, tourism, all the good stuff. So I will not talk about the obvious things, but we're going to talk about the things that I really love about Kenya. And yeah, watch till the end because the end is gonna be fire. The first thing that I love about Kenya is, yeah, this one is kind of common. A lot of people keep talking about it, but let me talk about it too. It's cheaper to make hair. It's cheaper to make your nails. It's cheaper to even go for a spa, you know, for pedicure, all that. Like, it's cheaper compared to Germany. Germany, it's expensive. The cheapest can be about 10,000, but it can go up to 150 just for braids. That's about 15,000 just for braids. So I really love the fact that I can make my hair, though Germany taught me how to braid my own hair. So I normally just braid my own hair. All this hair that you see me with, I'm the one who makes it, because I actually now prefer to make my own hair because I know how to do it. I've tried to go to the salon 2-3 times. The hair products, the hair itself, it's affordable. It's good. So that's one thing I really love about here. Everything, like from hair to skin products to skin products, those things really affordable here compared to there. And they're very easy to find because there you have to go to African shops, and if you're lucky, if you live in a city, you are lucky, you can find maybe 2, 3, 4 shops. But if you live in a village, you have to be buying. I used to buy them online from Amazon, and then you see the shipping and all that, so it was a little bit stressful. But here I'm so happy. If I need some hair, if I need some braids, if I need some hair products, if I need some hair shampoo, really nice affordable ones, I can easily get them. They're in the supermarket 1 minute away. The second thing, you guys are going to finish me, but let me say it, okay? Second thing is Kenya is cheap. Yeah, I know you guys might be saying people complain here a lot. Yeah, people complain and they say things are expensive, which is understandable. But when I try to compare the living standards between here and that side, I'm telling you, here it's cheaper. Like, here it's cheaper. You see, there an average person can get around 1,000 euros, 1,200, 1,500, and then half of the salary is going to only house rent. You have not calculated the food, you have not calculated the electricity, gas, water, all those bills. You have not calculated all those bills. Sometimes you have insurance, sometimes you have different things. The bills are crazy. It's so expensive there. It's really expensive. Here you can get like a 1-bedroom, a very good 1-bedroom for about 150 euros. Imagine 150 euros. There it's double. And that house is not that good. Another thing is driving school. I don't understand why driving school is so expensive. 4,000, 4,000. You have to have like 4,000 euros for driving school. Like, come on. Like, for me it doesn't make sense. It costs almost the same as buying a car. Here in Kenya, you can buy a car with that, with 4,000 euros, 5,000 euros, you can buy a car. And then the craziest thing is when you fail your examinations, you have to repeat, and then you have to pay again. But not 4,000, but you have to pay. It's a lot of money. Like, it's a lot of money, which I don't understand why. Here you can here if you know how to drive, you can go for a test, and then you just get yours. 50 euros. Is it 50 euros? I think 50 euros. Around 50 euros, and you get your driving license. And then you will not be getting unnecessary bills. In Germany, you have to pay for radio. You have to pay for TV. Even though you don't have a TV, even though you don't have a radio, as long as you have a house, an apartment, you have to pay for radio and TV. That is a must. If you don't pay, you're going to get fined, and then it's gonna be even a bigger bill. And even fruits they're very expensive. Vegetables, very expensive. I used to be like, why is it so expensive? But because, you know, they're importing those fruits and vegetables, you know, so that's why it has to be a little bit expensive because of tax and all that. The third one is street food. Hey, me food, I'm a foodie. I love food. I love food. And when I think about street food in Germany, I can only remember sausages. That's the only thing I can remember. Like, there's no variety of street foods compared to here. Here's a lot of street foods. When I go outside and sit down, there's always somebody walking with something, and then they're trying to sell for me. Most of the street food here is not that unhealthy compared to Germany or compared to other street foods that we all know. You can get boiled eggs with some kachumbari, with some vegetables, you know. You can get maize, you know, they're kind of natural. Of course, there's other ones which are not that healthy, but you can choose which side you want to go, the unhealthy side or the healthy side. That is one thing I really love. As I said, I also love that there's always people walking around. People are selling fruits, watermelon, pineapples, different kind of fruits, and you don't have to buy you don't have to buy everything. That is one thing I really love, because you see in Germany, you have to buy everything in packs. Like watermelon, you have to buy the biggest one, and then sometimes, you know, maybe it's just me and my daughter. You know, we are only the two of us. It's not like it's a whole family. I used to throw a lot of food because I'll buy in bags. For example, carrots, there you can't buy one carrot, you can't buy two carrots, you have to buy in bags. But here you can buy one onions, you can buy one carrot, you can buy one tomato. Cares. No, tomatoes you can't, since they sell it in, but you can still, like, it's affordable here. It's very affordable. Watermelon, you can buy a half one, you can buy even a piece. Another thing, we're still talking about food, is there's a lot of restaurants. There's a lot of restaurants. In Germany, you can only find Chinese, donor shop. You can literally count with your fingers, and they're all the same. At least here, for example, there can be a restaurant here, but there's no other restaurant apart from that specific restaurant. Like, there's different kind of restaurants. There's for Chinese, even German. There's German restaurants here. There's Japanese, there's Indian, there's different, a lot. So much. You have so much options. If you want to eat, you have so much options. If you have money, you know, you will not be eating the same food. You can be changing all the time. Here you can get everything fresh, like, I mean fresh, and it's so nutritious, so rich, like even meat. Oh my god. The fifth one is, I always say that Kenya is a land of possibilities. Yeah, it's a land of possibilities. The entrepreneur energy, just seeing people just being their own bosses. Like, here there's a lot of entrepreneurs, a lot of people have their own businesses. Yes, there's a lot of people who are employed, but there's also a lot of people who have their own business, and I just love to see something different, because me, I'm a person who, you know, I'm on that side of entrepreneurship, not being employed. And I feel like in Germany you don't see that much, because they're trained and kind of forced, but not directly forced, but they don't give you an option of owning your own business. And then owning your own business in Germany, it's not that easy. Not like here, you just need money. You can go and get your certificate or just a document or permission to have your own business, and done. Nobody cares if you went to school, if you learned on, it depends though, if you want to be a doctor or something, or, you know, a pharmacist, or those kind of jobs, of course. But just owning your own business, selling clothes or selling food or selling all these things, you just need your permission to work and finish. But in Germany, it's a lot of process. You have to go to school for it. I don't know, you need some documentation. Like, it's a lot of process, and they make it so hard so that people can be employed. So you see, there at a young age, they don't give you that option of owning your own business. Like, they don't give you that option. So you find a lot of people are employed, they're working for the government, but most of them don't even enjoy that job. I love that here you can see a lot of people who have businesses, who are focused on their business, who are actually doing nice, good stuff. And imagine, I've seen a lot of people making it just with their own business. If you have a very good talent, it's going to be appreciated compared to Germany. So seeing people having their own businesses and just doing their own thing, it gives me a lot of hope and motivation. Sixth one, and we all know this, but the weather in Kenya is good. It's one of the best weathers in Africa, by the way, because in West Africa it's very hot, very humid and all that, but here perfect weather. Yes, sometimes it can be very hot, but not that hot. Like, it's bearable. There's air, there's wind, there's fresh air. Like, I love the weather here, and I can't complain. Even though it rains, I'm like, you know what, let it rain a little bit so that the dust can reduce. But I love the weather here. Like, it's perfect. Sometimes it can be really cold in the night, which I find it very balanced. Like, it makes sense that in the night is a little bit cooler compared to the daytime. I don't want to sleep when it's so hot you can't even sleep, you'll be sweating. So I love the weather here. It's one of the best weathers in Africa. And the good thing about Kenya is, if you want a very hot place, you can go to Mombasa. Mombasa is very hot, very hot. If you want a cool weather, can come to Nairobi. Very cool, not too hot, not too cold, just balanced. The seventh one is public transport. I had talked about public transport on my last video and how sometimes it can be overwhelming, but let's talk about the good side of public transport. Public transports in Kenya are very affordable. Even taxi. You see, in Germany the taxis are so expensive, and then you just be seeing your money counting. But here, the good thing, taxi, very affordable. From here to Nairobi is like 40-30 minutes, and I'll pay like about 1,200, at most 1,500, but at 1,200 I can pay a taxi. But in Germany, 30 minutes you can even pay like 5,000. So it's triple or double, not even double, I think it's triple. Like, it's a lot. Taxi is very expensive, and then you don't have a lot of other options. Here you can drive with you can use a motorbike, you can use matatu, you can use taxi, but there you can only use train and taxi. And taxi is a lot of people just use taxis in Germany when they're drunk, and then in Germany the trains have like a time limit. If you live in a village, maybe the last train can be around 9 p.m 10 p.m, and then by then there's nothing, you cannot use anything apart from taxi. But here you can use motorbike, you can use taxi. You don't need to just depend on one means of transport, which is train, or bus. Okay, there's buses there, but also the buses, they have some time, and then okay, here there's a lot of buses, a lot of matatus, a lot of them, which it's good and bad. There's always a good and a bad. But there they don't have a lot of buses, they don't have a lot of means of transport. The first bus can be at around 6 different times, and if you live in a village, it will be like 1 hour. Each 1 hour there will be a bus. Each 1 hour there will be a bus. So if you miss that bus, you have to wait another 1 hour. I used to live in a very a bad village, like isolated village, and there will be buses after 2 hours. So if you miss your bus, you have to wait like 2 hours for the next bus. So you see, there it depends though. It depends where. If you live in the city, in a very big city, it's easier to to maneuver, to use different trains and S-Bahns and all that, underground, all that. But if you live in a village, you will suffer. Let's talk about long distance. Here you can use bus. There's different kind of buses. If you want a very expensive one, VIP, you can book that. Still not that expensive compared to Germany. Germany, if you want to travel, let's say for 3-4 hours, you can even pay 200 euros. You can even pay 200 euros. That's about 15 to 20,000 Kenyan shillings just to travel, and that can be one way. Imagine just one way. Though the trains there, they're very comfortable, all that, but sometimes it can be so full, it can be so congested. Sometimes even you have to stand if you don't book a chair. So you see, I actually prefer the means of transport here because you have a lot of options. If you want to travel to Mombasa, you can use the train, or you can even use flight. Yes, there's also flights there, but there they're expensive. Here it's affordable, like very affordable. The eighth thing is the vibe. Hey, the vibe. Me, I love the vibe here. Hey, I love the vibe here. Kenyans are a vibe. from Monday to Sunday, people are drinking, people are partying. Like, this pub is always open from Monday to Sunday. And I just love to see like people just living their own lives, doing their own things, having fun, even though they don't have a lot. Some people don't have a lot of money, or they're not even that rich. They're just in the middle class. But you will see them enjoying life like there's no tomorrow. And that's one thing I love about here. In Germany, people are working, people are angry, people are moody, so they'll go to work, come back. It's just there. And then, for a country to be good, the people are always the first thing to make a country good. So Kenyans, big up. Me, I'm an introvert. I don't love to go out and drink and all that, but just seeing people just living their own lives, it just reminds me not to take life seriously. Yes, you have to take things seriously, but in a way of just live life, just go with the flow. Kenyans are just going with the flow. Another thing, Kenyans are friendly, very friendly. I can go outside and start a conversation with anybody they're very friendly. Of course, there's those ones who are bad, there's rude ones, but there's also very good people. Not good, but just friendly people, welcoming people who you can just have a conversation outside. And also another thing I love about Kenyans is they're very generous. Some Kenyans are very, very generous. When I went to Ngugi's interview, a lot, like, is it 2 or 3 Kenyans, they just sent me some money, and they were like, take this money, go with your child somewhere, use this money to do this. So I just want to send you something. Like, Kenyans can be very, very generous, by the way. It's so refreshing to see how some people have so much humanity and so much empathy. Like, it's so nice. Like, it's really nice. It just reminds you how to be human. It reminds you that, yeah, you can have everything, but sometimes you just have to be human. Just make somebody's day. It just motivates you, because in Germany everybody's cold. You even forget how to be a human being. Another thing that I love about Kenya is there's a lot of things to do. You can go skydiving, rock climbing, swimming, wildlife, beach. If you're in Mombasa, like a lot, you have a lot of options. And the good thing is it's very affordable. Most of these things are very, very affordable. Also, the nightlife here, it's crazy. As I said before, nightlife, perfect. There's a lot of places you can go, a lot of classy places. It doesn't have to be ghetto. Another thing I love about here is freedom. There's a lot of freedom here. You don't have any letters that are going to follow you every time. You will not get a speeding ticket, Strafe, I don't know, fine for what, this. Like, in Germany there's a lot of fines, a lot of fines. But here, you are free to do whatever. You're free to do whatever. The freedom of just moving from, you can move from Nairobi to Mombasa. Who cares? The government doesn't care, because when I got my deportation, my lawyer told me that another reason why I might be deported is because I moved from one state to another. And that can be also the reason why I got a deportation letter, because my deportation letter was it's bizarre. Like, nobody understands why I was given a deportation. And my lawyer was suspecting that it is because I moved from one state to another. But you see here, if you want to move from Nairobi to Mombasa, from Nairobi to Kisumu, from Nairobi to Nakuru, nobody cares. The government does not care. No one cares. Like, you are free. It's not like you're a prisoner in Germany. You have to, it's a lot of process to move from one state to another. You can't just move anyhow. You can't, especially if you're not a German. You can't just be moving anywhere. Nobody cares. As long as you're paying your own bills, you have food, you have money, you're okay. Nobody cares. The last thing that I really, really love about Kenya is Kenyans online. Hey, let me tell you, if you're bored, you have an issue. If you're in Kenya and you're bored, you have a big issue. Kenya online, they work like this community. It's like a movie. The kind of dramas that happen in Kenya online, social media, TikTok, Twitter, Instagram is just crazy. Like, the humor, Kenyans have a lot of humor, a lot. And I love the way we are very quick to defend our own country. If anybody trashes Kenya online, hey, there's a time a CNN journalist talked bad about Kenya. There's something they said, and imagine that person had to go and apologize. The person had to apologize online. Imagine even our president, our last president, Uhuru Kenyatta, was removed from Twitter because of Kenyans. Like, Kenyans online are like fire. It's crazy to see how Kenyans, we can defend our own country, we can defend our own, and how united we are. We are so creative, how we can create a word or just something, a trend of something out of nowhere. Somebody might just say something and then we just go with it and it becomes a whole trend. And then the nicknames that I'm telling you, Kenyans can be a little bit creative, a little bit creative. Like, our president has a nickname. Do I say it? I don't want to say it, but damn, Kenyans are so creative online, and when they decide to nickname you, it's over. That will be your identity. Kenyans online are like fire. We make fun of everything. Like, Kenya is just a comedy. Kenyans are just comedians online. Comedians. Sometimes I'll just scroll on TikTok, on different platforms, and maybe the content is not even from Kenya, but you see a Kenyan there commenting something like crazy. I just love being a Kenyan. I'm proud to be a Kenyan. And I just love it here. And another thing that people normally say is, oh, in Kenya you have to have money. Kenya is good when you have money. Let me tell you, everywhere in this world, show me a country whereby you can survive without any money. Show me anybody who is living their best life without money. Every country, you need money to survive. You need money to have a good life. Even in Germany, you need money. For you to have a good life, you need money. Money everywhere is needed. So I don't like the way people normally say, oh, in Kenya you can only make it, or it's good when you have money. Everywhere it's good when you have money. Everywhere it's good when you have money. I think that's all I have for you guys. Thank you so much for watching till the end. If you did, don't forget to subscribe, like this video, and comment. Well, don't be so mean, don't be so harsh on me, guys. Don't be so harsh on me. A lot of you guys are really harsh on me on my last video, but yeah, comment down below, like this video, share, subscribe, turn on the post notifications. Thank you so much, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.